Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Hellboy 2019 is a movie for the ages in regards to how not to probably do things. Now, look, I'm not going to lie with you guys. I really liked the movie. I felt it was there was a lot of good there that had a lot of stuff they needed to work on, a lot of behind the scenes drama that happened, and I think it ultimately hurt the finished product. But at the end of the day, I still plan on buying it when it comes out on home video, even though it crashed and burned in the theaters, because I liked what they attempted to do with it. And unfortunately, this is clearly not something we're going to probably see more of, considering now that, well, according to new rumors, Netflix is planning a Hellboy TV series with an all new cast. And I'm not a fan of that concept. I'm not a fan of that idea. Netflix, if you're going to do a TV show on Hellboy, one of your top stars right now was in that Hellboy movie that just came out, and bring him in. And bring him in. Do it. Bring him in. Make it a thing. But of course, Netflix is, if they don't fully own it, they're not, it's kind of a thing. This would be really good as a streaming service TV series with this cast. And it's really sad that they want to go the other way. Anyway, this is what the article says here. The article says, there are no precise details as of yet, but we've been told that this set to be another complete reboot. So goodbye, David Harbour, and that Netflix wants the show to be bloody and mature. That last bit is slightly worrying, as that's precisely how Lionsgate built Hellboy, but hopefully the series will be able to recapture the offbeat humor that made the Del Toro film such an engaging watch. No, there's a lot of offbeat humor in this movie. There really is. Look, and they went a little bit further in regards to like the violence and the gore, but again, Neil Marshall brought it, and the Baba Yaga scenes earned it. 100% earned it. And I think the movie's going to find a home on home video. But here's the thing, is asking Mike Mignola, is this true or not? Mike has actually come back in and said, as far as I know, this isn't true, because Hellboy News was tweeting about it yesterday. And of course he chimed in and he's like, look, I don't know what's going on. As far as I know, it's not true, but anything could be happening. And the reason why is because just last month, or just earlier this month, Netflix and Dark Horse inked a first look deal for movies and series. And the reason why is because Umbrella Academy did really well when it came out back in February, and they want to jump into the comic book game in order to take on Marvel and DC now that they're losing all of Marvel content, outside of the shows they produced. And the CW has decided to not renew their deal with Netflix for the Arrowverse shows, which basically means that all of those are going to go bye-bye. And Netflix really wants to compete in that world, which is why they bought Millar World and why they're getting into comic book publishing. And I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix outright purchases Dark Horse in the next year or so, which could even make it could be okay in regards to doing the Hellboy show, but it's going to be difficult. And the reason why I think it might take a little bit longer to get to that point is because at this point now, Mignola says goodbye to the BRPD or BPRD after 15 years. And it just hit retail a little over a month ago, and it's marking the last issue of the series and kind of the whole Hellboy universe. Now, this happened right at the same time the new movie was coming out, which I don't think worked out very well for it, to be honest with you. And we're ending the series as the new movie's coming is not really a way to get fans on board with its release. I do feel that an April release in between, Captain Marvel, Shazam, and Endgame, Hellboy was just probably not the right time to come out. And we learn that because this is what's happening today. Hellboy reboot finishes disastrous box office run. Domestically, the movie only pulled in 21 million point 9. 21 million point 9 domestically. It's worth way more than that. Unfortunately, it just didn't hit its mark. And a lot of it had to do with just, I think, the marketing. Lionsgate didn't market it very well. And also, I would argue that the release date didn't help it. Also, this is a movie you don't release it in April. They released it in April because they wanted it to be just like the first Hellboy that came out, 15 years ago. And they're like, oh no, that released in April. That did pretty well. This should also do the same. No. We're in a different landscape now. A movie like this type of film, as odd as it is for me to say, given the type of movie that they were trying to make, either an October release, like an early October release, or a January release would probably have been better. September, possibly. But honestly, I would have locked it into those 3 months when there wasn't much else competition going on, and people would be clamoring for either a comic book movie or something dark and gritty or violent, funny and gritty or something along those lines that would have done better than trying to pump it out in between a gigantic, the two biggest movies of the year so far being Captain Marvel and Endgame, and with Shazam locked in there as well. So they kind of screwed over Hellboy with this release date. I'm hoping the movie finds its home on home video. I'm hoping the movie will discover that it actually, has an audience, because it's not a bad film. But as for a Netflix series, I think if they are going to announce it, they're going to wait for this movie to hit home video and to see how it does. Most likely, Netflix will pick it up to put it on this platform, and then they're going to judge the popularity based off of this, probably leading into the right around the same time Stranger Things season 3 comes out, because they're probably going to want to like double bill David Harbour in there. And then from there, they might make the decision to take if they want to adapt the movie into being a streaming service, which is a show, which is kind of what everybody wanted, and then bring everyone back and then do it that way. And I think that is like, I think they're just waiting to see how it does on home video to see if it can actually have legs there. And that's what it tells me. But at the same time, anything could happen, and it's possible that we won't see Hellboy for a long, long, long time, simply because this one crashed and burned so hard, which I put a lot of blame on the behind the scenes stuff, and it was a solid movie that just came out at the wrong time. That's how I put it. But if you guys have seen it, I want to know your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know down below. Also, would you watch a show like this on Netflix? And do you want them to reboot it with a whole new cast? Or would you like to see David Harbour and Daniel Day Kim come back and take on the story? So let me know down in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. But if you really want to help the channel, be sure to check out patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. There's 3 Buck Theater perks. Lots going to be going on with that, as well as the Facebook group, which is going to be only growing as time goes on. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.